Heck yeah, bro. Heck yeah, bro. Everybody grab what you're sipping on. Take a little sip. I'm sipping on Spindrift sparkling water, grapefruit flavor. I can't tell if I like this yet. Grapefruit is a weird fruit, man. Like sometimes I'm all about grapefruit, and sometimes it's just too bitter tart, you know? I've heard Spindrift is supposed to be good for you, though, so shout out to Spindrift. Or as my dad likes to call it, Spandrift. What a weirdo, right? Spandrift? I mean, what even is that? Spandrift. Rich is in the house. Shout out to you, Rich. I don't know what that emoji means, but shout out to you. Hello, Lily. Shout out to Lily. What's everybody sipping on today? Again, I'm on that Spindrift. It's not an ad. Hey, Spindrift, if you want to sponsor me, let me know. Spindrift. The drink of champions. I don't know. Lily's drinking a green smoothie. She's healthier than all of us. For real, for real. Thanks for the one like, whoever put the one like out there. I appreciate that. I just realized you're drinking milk, Rich? Is that what you're saying? Rich says, drinking emoji, bottle mouth. Ryan, what's up? You can be drinking milk. I have nothing wrong with you drinking milk, just so you know. I have not finished the product I'm working on, but it's in review mode right now. It's under review right now, so I got some time to stream, and that's why I'm here. And that's why. You know, today I thought I'd come on, maybe chat a little, maybe chill a little. I've been playing Spider-Man Miles Morales off stream, and mostly because I thought people were kind of bored with the Spider-Man stuff. But I felt like streaming, and I felt like playing video games, and I've been playing Miles Morales, so I was like, I don't care if it's boring. Well, I care if it's boring, but maybe I'm thinking maybe it's not boring, and I want to play Miles Morales, and I want to stream, so why don't I do both at the same time? And I'm happy to chat, hang out. Susie K in the house. All right, now it's a party. Now we're really in this. Bettina says, drinking Celsius. Powder packets to mix into water better than cans of Celsius. Why is it better? Sam, do you think fight the oligarchy is a good slogan for the Dems? I do, generally speaking. I do think that's a good slogan. But why is Celsius better in packets than cans? Can you explain that? I've never had Celsius before. I don't really drink caffeine. What am I drinking today? I'm drinking Spindrift. Not an ad. Spindrift. Sparkling water. Yeah, we're not talking about YouTube. We're not talking about drinking alcohol here, okay? I don't even drink alcohol. We're talking about sparkling water. Oh, you prefer fizz-free, says Bettina about the powder packs. Like I like a little fizz myself. I'm a fizzy guy. I don't really drink a lot of soda, but sparkling water, I'm on that tip. Ryan says, I need caffeine. I think maybe your body has been programmed to need caffeine by you. I don't think humans biologically, naturally need caffeine. Susie K says, I forced myself to drink. I'm hardly ever thirsty. I've never heard that before. Someone who's not often thirsty. I mean, I wouldn't call myself extra thirsty, but I feel like I'm a normal level of thirsty, you know? Let's do a poll. On average, how thirsty are you? Never thought about this before. Very moderately or low. So you're either very thirsty, moderately thirsty, or low thirsty. I would say I'm moderately thirsty. Interesting. Well, low is winning. Thirsty for what is the question? Hey now, calm down, Rich. We're talking about liquids here, okay? Hydrating liquids. Hello, Suzanne AP. Sam, in your opinion, which level in Geo is the hardest so far? I mean, I feel like I've been doing worse in the Gold 2 League, or Gold 1 League, I meant to say. So probably that one. George Carlin did a funny rap on people running around water bottles all day long. Huh? What is that poll question? We were talking about Susie K said she's on average not a very thirsty person. And I thought I've never really thought about that before because I feel like I'm just a normally thirsty person. And so I was curious. Are you very thirsty, moderately thirsty, or low thirst level? Moderate and low are tied. Very thirsty is probably not a good thing. Low thirsty is moderately and low probably is fine. Like I feel like if you're low thirst level, well then you might get dehydrated actually. I don't know. If you have to constantly force yourself to drink because you're never thirsty, that's probably, well, if you do it successfully, then you're probably fine. But if you don't think about it often and you just don't drink that often, it's probably bad, you know? Susie says, I don't do it successfully. Okay, well, then probably low thirst level is bad if you don't drink. You know what's crazy though? At one point my parents had this like thing that like this scale that like measured your hydration level or something. And my dad, who like never drinks water, constantly drinks diet soda. And my mom is like so health conscious, is always drinking water, almost never drinks soda. I don't know how accurate this thing was, but it said my dad was more hydrated than my mom, which is kind of crazy. Archie says there's water in a lot of foods we all eat. That is true. That is a scientific fact, I believe. Susie says, I ate a lot of veggies and fresh fruits. All right, then you're probably making up for your water consumption on that level. I don't know. Go get, I don't know. Go get test. I don't know. How do you even check your hydration levels accurately? You need like a blood test or something probably, right? I don't know. That scale that my parents had seemed kind of bogus. But maybe, I don't know, maybe you can test urine color. That's true. That is true. Urine test, right? Shout out to urine. My urine's usually a good color. Shout out to me. Maybe that's TMI. This is what we're talking about? Change the subject then, Lily. Hello, Cricket. We can talk about anything we want. This is a free country. As long as we don't break the YouTube terms of service. We can talk about anything we want as long as YouTube allows it. You know what I'm saying? Wow, it's moderately and low level thirsty are tied at 40%. Why can't I vote in my own polls? That doesn't make any sense, right? Anyways. Ryan says, lighter color is better. I know that, Ryan. You don't think I know that? You learned that in like the 5th grade. How many states of the U.S. have I visited? I'd have to think. Let's see. Let me look at a map. Map of U.S. Did you ever drive from California? No, I only flew back and forth. Let's see. All right. I have been to California, Nevada, Arizona, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana. None of these. In the Midwest, I'm really slacking. Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania. What am I at? 15. New Jersey, 16. New York, 17. Rhode Island, 18. Connecticut, 19. Massachusetts, 20. Vermont, 22. New Hampshire, 20. 21. New Hampshire, 22. 22? Did I count that right? About 22. Am I going back to Cali or not sure yet? I'm still not sure yet. Still undecided. RG said it's a fun drive. It just feels so long. Like it's just like I can get there in 5 hours. Like I can get there in like less than a work day. Or I could take like a week to get. It just is like, I don't know. It felt like a long drive. I used to drive a lot from Boston to DC. And I think I kind of got burned out from that. I mean, it's only an 8-hour drive, but I did it like a lot. And I used to really like long drives, but I kind of don't that much anymore. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20. Now I count 24. Now I'm confused. Whatever. 20 plus. How about that? 20 plus. This region of the country, the Midwest, I have not visited very often, apparently. And I have not been to Alaska or Hawaii either. Shout out to Alaska and Hawaii, though. All right. I'm going to get to gaming. Hashtag gaming. For those who don't know, this is... So before I was playing Spider-Man, right? Marvel Spider-Man. Now I'm playing Miles Morales, which is the second iteration of Marvel's new Spider-Man games. And I've mostly been playing it off stream, but Which European countries have I been to? England, not like a ton. England, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Czech Republic. I think that's it.
To uncalled me back. Should check the app. See what's good. If saving pigeons is good enough for Pete, it's good enough for me.
So if you haven't been paying attention, I'm now Miles Morales and not Peter Parker.
There's Howard.
Crime in progress.
Spider-Man, over here.
Hey, Howard. I'm the other Spider-Man.
Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for the help. I've got 3 birds missing. Worried about them in this cold.
I can track them. Do you have anything that, belong to them?
Feathers work?
Perfect. Got it. I'll be back.
Oh hey, you've scanned one of Howard's pigeons. Howard Protocol now active.
Howard Protocol?
Welcome to Pigeon Facts, your source for daily fun facts about pigeons.
Oh, no. Unsubscribe.
You have opted in.
Where'd it go? Wait, I'm confused. Was that a pigeon?
A second coup? Did someone steal Howard's birds? Pigeon trails go in 3 directions. Should check them all.
Pigeon trails kind of sounds gross, doesn't it? A little bit.
Might be the pigeon thieves.
Talking through
Pigeon thieves.
find us. You can't hack our cell phones. We're using birds to communicate. We robbed a guy to get the birds, genius. Who knew Spider-Man investigated aviary crimes?
I invest everything, guys. Everything.
One of them dropped something. They're using pigeons to carry messages? Something's happening at the Bugle tomorrow night.
Am I sad GTA got delayed? Yeah, I am. Pretty sad.
Hey, Pigeon!
Oh.
Stop!
Pigeon Fact 1, incoming.
How do I turn this off?
Did you know? Scientist Nikola Tesla nursed injured pigeons back to health. When his...
Got him! Howard, got a bird. Think they're using your pigeons to plant something at the Bugle.
Really? Maybe they're looking for some juicy news. They got the best reporters in town.
Heh, maybe. I'll find out. But first, I'll get your birds. All right, should head back to the coop. Track the other birds.
I will say though about GTA 6, I'd rather them release a fully functioning non-buggy game that is amazing than release one earlier that sucks. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to. People don't want to waste their time on some buggy ass GTA game.
Active crime scene. Looks like a break-in.
3rd break-in this week. We'll be setting a new...
Hey, officers. What's the situation? Can I help?
Tenant's a bugle reporter. Place was tossed upside down, but nothing's been stolen. Whatever they're looking for wasn't here.
Let me look into it. Maybe I'll have more luck. Oh, gotta run. Swing, you know.
Rich says, yes, let them cook. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm on
These birds
about.
are fast. What do they eat? Coffee? Sugar? Jet fuel?
Pigeon fact 2, a smidgen more pigeon.
Gotcha. Hey, Howard. Caught a bird. She's pretty feisty.
I bet it's Piggy. Lots of pep. She can find her way back, Spider-Man. Just point her in my direction.
Will do. One more. It's got a lot more complicated than I expected.
Like, would I rather they release a really great game really soon? Obviously. But if I had to choose between quicker and shittier or longer and better, I choose longer and better every time. That's what she said. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, is that inappropriate?
Another pigeon. And he's got a note. No, Birdie!
Pigeon fact 3. Here we go.
Not gonna lie. Kinda enjoying these.
Peter Parker did not like pigeons until he met Howard. Sometimes you don't realize how...
There! Hold still. Okay. Checking the note. Change of plans. We're moving now. Howard, got all your birds. The bad news is, a gang is using them to plan a series of break-ins.
Oh, no. Tell me you got some good news, too.
Yep, I know where the gang's gonna be. The Bugle. Gonna take him out. Keep your pigeons safe.
The Bugle.
Give them hell, Spider-Man.
Thanks, bro.
Time to save the Daily Bugle from a break-in. MJ would be proud.
Hell yeah, MJ. Breaking news from ESPN. Kicker Justin Tucker released in what Ravens call a football decision after being accused of inappropriate behavior by 16 massage therapists. Toodaloo, Justin Tucker. He was a great kicker for the Ravens while he was. He's been sucking lately. This is not Tobey Maguire. This is Miles Morales.
Man's all here.
Tobey
Pigeons
Maguire
taking
and
work.
Miles Morales are the same person? I don't think so. I think you mean Tobey Maguire and Peter Parker are the same person.
Meantime, we break in, destroy the evidence. Stop the story before it runs. Makes sense
Oh,
to
shit.
me. Anything else in there we can steal? Huh? Someone there?
Sucks to be you. I got feathers. Did not sound as cool as I thought it would.
I got ambitions.
There's a creativity award for crime planning. You guys win. Practicality? No, but definitely creativity.
Oh. Puny Spider-Man.
Gonna end you!
No, you ain't. No, you ain't.
You're not walking away from this. This ain't gonna end well for you. I'm gonna end you. He's thinning us out.
No, I'm not. I told you I'm not yours, bro. Chill.
Taking you out.
No, you're not.
Daily Bugle saved.
Nice.
Howard, took out the group that stole your pigeons. They won't bother you anymore.
Good looking out. Now I just gotta talk to my birds about picking better friends.
Well, if y'all need me again, just hit up the app. Good meeting you, Howard.
You too, Spider-Man.
Hey, nephew. Meet me at the docks in Hell's Kitchen.
I'll be there. What am I gonna do about Finn? Try talking to her again? I could meet her somewhere. The Science Center or Trinity Church? No. She knows I lied to her now. She won't want to see me.
Imagine if Todd Phillips decided to make the next Spider-Man. Todd Phillips. That's the guy that directed, like... Todd Phillips. Oh, Joker.
Stop me if you've heard this before. Spider-Man chases villain through city. Millions of dollars of property damage follow. We're still tallying up the damage from Rhino's rampage. Then the bridge disaster. And now it seems the Junior Menace decided to go for the hat trick with his new frenemy, the Tinkerer. I say those two should get a room, preferably a prison cell, and hash out their differences in private, somewhere very,
I mean, I actually
far
like
from
the
New
first
York.
Joker.
And I don't just mean Jersey. I'm talking Oregon or even Alaska. Maybe I could have one peaceful night at home watching the Great Wakandan Cook-Off without getting interrupted by my fire escape being torn off the side of my building.
The second one I didn't even watch. I heard it was terrible. Yo. Why are you spoiling the second Joker, trolls? What the heck, man? No one enjoyed it anyways. Yeah, but still.
Don't you guys have something better to do?
I just saw Sinners this weekend. I liked it. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, what now, Roxxon?
Some say it could win Best Picture at the Oscars. Sinners? I don't think so. A horror vampire movie? I don't think a horror vampire movie has much of a shot at the Oscars. And it's, I mean, it's good. It's not like, but I don't think it's Best Picture worthy. It's more fun than anything.
Getting close to the docks. Hope
There are
Uncle
some
Aaron's
parts that
there.
are a little cringy.
I gotta call you back. All right, Miles. Spill it. Give me the whole situation.
Finn, Roxxon,
Is it scary?
Underground,
Not really,
Just
but slightly.
a lot, you know?
They're like,
You're 17. You're
yeah,
stressed.
slightly, I would say.
And you're a superhero.
But
Why
not
cut
super
yourself some
scary.
slack? You still making beats?
Not much since I started this.
Work-life balance, kid. Most important thing. Here. Little project your dad and I started back in the day. Our mixtape. Had rhymes ready and everything.
How come I never heard about this?
Because we never finished. We sampled street noise around the way. Wanted the city to be our beat. But your dad had the masters. And after things went bad between us... But you can finish what we couldn't. Plus, it'll take your mind off work.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What do I do?
Load that up. I'll walk you through it.
People are legitimately saying Michael B. Jordan could win an Oscar.
I'll set up holograms to guide you. Scan the source.
Holograms, huh? You stealing my moves?
This was in my playbook before you even born, young blood.
I mean, I guess he could. It's could, but you gotta understand, it's so early to start talking about Oscar contenders. There's so many more movies to come out. In fact, if you talk about pure release date, very rarely do big Oscar movies get released this early. Most of them come in the fall and winter. So there's still a long way to go before the Oscar race really gets more solidified. He was really good in it, for sure.
Okay, don't think about Finn. Focus on sounds. Clear my head.
Scan the holograms and it'll unlock files on that drive I gave you. Help you figure out which sound you're looking for.
Yeah, for the most part, but there are exceptions. Oppenheimer swept and it was released in March. Yeah, of course there are exceptions. But generally speaking, was Oppenheimer released in March? Are you sure about that? No, Oppenheimer was released July 21st. You tripping. Oops. What is this?
Now try and find the original sound and grab a clean sample.
What am I doing here?
Try moving in a little closer. There you go. That's the right distance. There you go. Yeah, that's it.
Holdover should have won instead of Oppenheimer.
Rest of the sounds you need are spread across
I liked
the
both,
city.
and I thought
left a few messages for you too, to help you get a feel for each location.
Oh, dope.
I like both Holdovers and Oppenheimer, but I thought Oppenheimer was a bigger risk. I don't know what I'm trying to say. They really bit off a lot, and a lot of people who try to bite off a lot often bite off more than they can chew, and they made a really amazing movie. So I feel like it deserved the Oscar. It was doing a lot, and it did a lot really well. Holdovers is a very simple story, which is not an easy thing to do either, but it's just my 2 cents.
Not now. Hey, get something you like?
Yeah, really unique dynamics.
See? Old man still knows his stuff.
And you were right about clearing my head, too. I know what to do about Finn. I gotta see her. Try to talk her out of all this.
In person? Where?
So does Uncle
Trinity
Aaron go
Church.
from being good to
Tomorrow
being
night.
bad at some point? Because I know in the movies he's bad,
Why
right?
so interested?
Because you got a target on your back the size of Jersey.
You don't have to protect me.
Someone should.
You know, you said you never finished this tape because of how things went bad between you and Dad. what actually happened between you two?
It was...
Troll says, I just got annoyed with the billions of characters and the flashbacks and the black and white segments, and why was Einstein in the film? Well, Einstein was in the film because he was a major player in that whole scientific community that was developing or not developing the bomb. Yeah, I mean, sometimes Christopher Nolan goes a little bit crazy with his whole bending of time and jumping back and forth in the timeline. This one, I thought he did well. Like, I liked, what was the war one? Dunkirk? But that's what, and Dunkirk, I felt that. I felt like, God damn, bro, like, let's chill on the warping of time constantly.
complicated. We were too similar and too different. Finish the tape, get all the samples, and you'll hear the whole story. Promise.
All right. Thanks, Unc.
Trinity Church. Remember, Tinker is yours, but leave the boy alone.
Yeah, I liked Enora too, but I liked Oppenheimer more than Enora, personally.
Man, I needed that. I was beat. Okay, I'm gonna call Finn. Soon as I... Someone got stuck on a building. I told the app about it.
Uh-oh.
You better go check it out.
Tinker Tailor Spider Spy. That's a good little play on words there, huh? Nolan's going to direct another gigantic film, The Odyssey, coming out next year. I heard, yeah. I think Matt Damon is starring in it. You know what's crazy? I have an interesting Christopher Nolan story, actually. When I was living in Los Angeles, what was I doing? I was taking improv classes, and as part of the improv classes, you have to go to at least 2 improv shows while you're taking the class to like pass the class. And it was one of the improv shows I was going to. It was at the UCB Improv in Hollywood. And you show up, and when you're a student, you get free tickets, but you have to, sometimes the shows are really full, so you have to like wait by the side on standby, basically. So I went to this show, it was really full, like you have to wait on the side by standby. So I'm like waiting to the left of the theater. I forgot what the road is that it's on. It's a pretty main road in Hollywood. I can't remember what it is now. And where UCB Theater is on, it's like this little block that has a bunch of restaurants and bars. It's a pretty happening place. And this was like a Friday or Saturday night, so it was like super happening. And I'm still waiting on the side, the theater, talking to somebody. And I see this guy like approaching from afar, walking his dog. And I'm talking to somebody, so I just like look up for a second, and then I go back to talking. But in my head, I'm like, whoa, that looked a lot like Christopher Nolan. And I go back to talking, and I look up again, and the guy's like right there, like walking right towards me. And I look up, I'm like, holy shit, that's Christopher Nolan. And I'm like looking around, and like nobody is looking, like nobody seems phased at all. I'm like looking at the people around sitting, and like there are people eating outside, drinking. Like it's a very happening place. There was like a lot of people outside. Plus there was a line to go in the theater. There was a standby. There was like probably like 100 people in this block. Very happening. Not one person even looked up at him, or if they did, they didn't seem like they were like knew who he was. And I'm like looking around, and I'm like, does nobody notice that Chris Nolan is walking by us right now? And yeah, I was the only one who seemed to notice, and I was kind of like staring at him, and I was like, don't stare. And yeah, he was just walking his dog, and he just walked by, turned right out in the neighborhood, and nobody seemed to blink an eye. And I was like, that's one of the most famous directors of the 21st century, and nobody seemed to even think twice. I mean, yeah, even like the girl I was talking to, I was like, was that Christopher Nolan? And she was like, what? I don't know. Did I make eye contact? Yeah, for like a split second. And I kind of had the vibe of him being like, when we made eye contact, he kind of looked away quickly, like, don't talk to me, don't talk to me. So I didn't, obviously. But it was just kind of wild to me that it seemed like nobody had any realization that Christopher Nolan was walking by. It was strange. Oh, let me end this poll. Most people are moderately thirsty. And it was people were so oblivious to it. I actually like kind of questioned myself. I was like, wait, maybe that wasn't Christopher Nolan. But then I went back to my apartment and I was telling my roommate about it. And would you bet your life it was Nolan? Well, I don't bet my life on anything, but I would bet $10,000 it was Christopher Nolan. This is why. So I went back to my apartment and I was talking to my roommate and I was like, yo, it's so weird. Like Christopher Nolan was walking down this busy block and nobody even seemed to notice him except for me. And I was like, I'm not even sure if it was him, blah, blah, blah. And then my roommate was like, what was he doing? He was like, well, he was walking his dog. And he's like, I'm sure there's paparazzi photos of Nolan walking his dog. I was like, all right, look it up. So he like looked it up on Google Images and it was the exact same dog, like a brown lab. Chris, it was him. It was definitely him for sure. Confirmed. I would have bet $10,000 it was him.
I think that's my stranded washer guy.
How do I?
Spider-Man, thank God you're here. Power short-circuited on my platform. I'm stuck.
I can carry you down, or I can power up the platform.
Did he have an aura of good or negative energy? Definitely good energy. I mean, he felt a little bit like, especially when I made eye contact with him, and he was kind of like, that wasn't necessarily good or bad energy. It was just kind of like a little bit like, oh, don't talk to me. But he definitely had good energy.
Form sounds better.
Looks like someone shut the power off on purpose. Gonna have to clear these dudes out.
Spider-Man's here! Get him! No choice! Go! You're dead!
Oops. Ooh.
You're not walking away from this!
Let me see if I can find I'm trying to find the road it was on to show you how busy of a road this is. And maybe I shouldn't, because I don't want to out where he lives. Maybe I shouldn't. Alright, I'm not going to. Oh. Where's this mofo going?
Help me out here!
Okay, just need to connect these relays and we'll be in business. Uh-oh. That didn't sound good. Energy load must have reset the circuit. Maybe if I follow these wires, I can restore the power at the other end. Hang tight, sir. I'll get you back up soon.
What's funny about that story is like I almost feel it's typical of LA that nobody who lives in LA actually knows what Christopher Nolan looks like.
I can't help the window washer.
There are very few actual film nerds in LA. Most of them are people who claim to want to be actors or filmmakers, but they don't actually. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know.
Dude's waiting on me. I need to follow the wire and restore power.
Follow the wire. Oh.
A generator. There we go. That should do it. Just gotta reset the breaker now. Looks like the power's reaching the breaker. We got power. Nice.
You saved me. Oh man, I don't
Where
know
is
how
he?
to thank
Oh.
you.
It was no trouble. Really. All right. Time to call Finn. Hope she answers.
Hi, Spider-Man.
Finn! Hey, we need to talk. In person.
So you can lie to me again?
So I can make this right. Please. Meet me at Trinity Church. No more lies. I promise.
If you're screwing with me... Fine. I'll see you there.
At least she's willing to meet. Okay. Trinity Church.
Oh.
Let's go.
What did I do?
What?
How many famous people in LA, or famous people I've seen in general, or actors and filmmakers?
Hello, friends. This is the Danicast with our debates.
That's your intro? Lame! We in the business call that burying the lead. Pipe it up! Let me ask you something, Danny. Do you ever think about what you're inciting? About your journalistic integrity?
More than some.
Because your
Get him,
campaign
Danny.
against Roxxon is baffling to an actual journalist like myself. You should be attacking the young, unproved vigilante who keeps causing problems in Harlem.
What? You twist everything Spider-Man does into something malicious while simultaneously excusing everything Roxxon does wrong. All Spider-Man needs for you to support him is to get a better PR department.
The only problem Spider-Man fixes are the ones he causes. I won't praise the arsonist for putting out his fire. Meanwhile,
Trump counts. He's an actor too. I mean, I haven't seen that many famous people. When I was in LA, I saw Kevin Smith, the guy who did Clerks. Who's the dad from Shameless? What's his name? Why am I blanking on his name right now? William H. Macy. And interestingly enough, I saw both Kevin Smith and William H. Macy twice, which is kind of weird. I saw those two, and I saw Christopher Nolan. That's all I saw in L.A. I mean, I saw some famous comedians because I went to some comedy shows. Like I saw Jeff Ross live. I don't really count that as like seeing or meeting. I've been in the same room as Obama, but I didn't physically meet him. Oliver Stone. I met Oliver Stone once. Jamie Raskin, does that count? That's it, really. There's not a ton. Yeah, William H. Macy. And Kiko actually jumped on William H. Macy. Yeah, I have met two directors. I guess that's pretty rare.
a beautiful plaza in a failing neighborhood.
By tearing down homes and businesses, our new Spider-Man is proving that Harlem isn't the failure Roxxon makes it out to be. And you, Mr. Jameson, for someone who claims to love New York, you sure do seem to hate New Yorkers.
You are clearly emotional, young lady, so I'm invoking the mercy rule on this debate. Jared, shut it down! And whose idea was it to debate a teenager? There are no good optics to destroying a child! Let's talk! I need a hot stone massage!
Hello? Hello? Well, thanks for the debate.
Troll says, I hope to
You
bump
demanded.
into Jack
Mr.
Black
Jameson,
someday. Jack Black seems like a cool guy.
Remember to stand up every half hour while working at a computer. Bye.
What the?
Have you guys seen the video of the guy who is like the guy who's like a huge Jack Black fan, and he meets him for the first time? It's a cute video. Let me see if I can find it. I believe the young man has autism. Just disclaimer. Wait. What happened to my... meeting Jack Black. Yeah, this is it, I think.
Liberty.
I need to stand up. Ugh.
Fan favorite from the Netflix series Love on the Spectrum. He's just an incredible guy with an incredible heart. He was here with his sister Midge, and he told us all about his job at the Shepherd Hotel, where they concentrate on hiring people with disabilities. He even took a moment to thank his boss. Watch this.
Sam, yeah. I want to thank you for letting me have the job at the Shepherd Hotel, and thank you for being kind and patient, and thank you for showing me how to be independent, Mr. Rick.
Well,
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you, Mr. Rick. I love you, Mr. Rick.
I love it. Let's welcome back to the show Tanner and his sister Midge. Y'all give it up. Yeah. Well, it's great to see both of you again. Tanner, you've been busy since the last time I saw you. So what's been happening?
I've been working at the Shepherd Hotel. I've gone to Mexico. I've gone to Thailand. I've gone to California. My sister Taylor got married, and I was a groomsman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I heard that you're also visiting classrooms, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What are you doing with the classrooms?
I've been reading books in some teachers' classes.
That's amazing.
What do you teach them about?
I taught them about stimming. So stimming is a thing what people with autism do to help them feel calmed and focused. So, like, let me show you the stimming I used to do. I used to flap my hand like this while I was a little boy and make the squealing sound. And look, what the stimming you can do with your fingers. See?
Yeah.
See?
Yep. He used to do that.
Yeah, I used to do that.
And he had all 80 of my first graders just like locked in on him. It was amazing.
Oh my
80 of them.
God.
I can't get 20 to pay attention.
I was going to say, that's hard. Yeah, I was like, that's hard to get kids to pay attention.
I know.
Just to rally them. So you're on the new season of Love on the Spectrum. So you're going on more dates? Is that what's happening?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going on more dates.
Yeah. Do you like dating? Is it fun?
Yes, ma'am. I like dating. It's fun.
Oh, what did you I wish I liked it. Wait, what do you find about dating?
I find it's very interesting and it's so cool. And I want dates with these two girls. Callie and Cheyenne.
Yeah? Where'd y'all do? Did you go to dinner?
We went to the botanical garden, me and Callie.
Yeah.
And me and Cheyenne went to the goat farm.
Oh, I love both those things. Oh, I want to go to date to those places. Those sound amazing.
Yeah, it is
So wait,
fun.
what are some of your future plans?
One of my future plans is to move back home to St. Matthews when I'm 44.
Yeah. Oh, you at 44?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I like it.
planned
Yeah.
out.
I got it
like
planned
it.
out.
Yeah. Okay, well, last time you were here, you got a video from an actor that you admire, Jack Black, and you also have a goal to meet him, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I want to be 31 when I meet him.
Yeah?
You got to age for that one too.
Okay,
Yes.
I love it. I'm going to start this age thing, like in goals. This is a great vision board. So we know how much that you've enjoyed that video, so we asked Jack if he could make another video.
This guy's got it all planned out, man. I need some of his advice, how to plan it out so clearly.
for you, so check this out.
Okay.
What's up, Tanner? Jack Black here. I still cannot wait to meet you in person, but I'm on the road with a Minecraft movie right now. But luckily, I have insane ninja kung fu powers, which means I can come through these doors, and I'm gonna see you right now when I come through these doors.
I'm your biggest fan. You're a great actor and a good singer, so I'm happy to meet you.
Oh, that's cute.
Jack, I'm happy to meet you. Hey, Jack, this is Miz, my younger sister.
Miz, great to meet you.
Miz, I'm so glad we're finally meeting you, Jack. You're here. Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm finally meeting you, yeah. And Jack, look, that's my mom is thinking. That's my brother Maverick, and we're all your biggest fans.
I'm your biggest fan.
Just like you're my biggest fan. I'm so glad to meet you, Jack.
I'm so happy to find you in person.
Do y'all want to sit down?
Sit down. Hey, Jack, come sit down with me and Mitch. All three of us.
Come sit down.
I can. Jack, you're so handsome. You're looking good, Jack. And Jack, you're very active, just like me. And you're very strong, too.
I am. You know what? I do work out a little bit nowadays.
Me too, with my friend Zach.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey,
So what do you...
We should do some weightlifting together. You could teach me some tips.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you know what? Guess what? I'm gonna get your phone number. We can work out together.
This is happening. Oh my God.
You didn't have to
I gotta take off my glasses.
No, I didn't have to
My glasses
wait.
are steaming up.
I'm just saying he didn't. His goal, and I'm kind of disappointed for you. It wasn't
That's
31,
right,
but you met him before 31. We can check
I
that
didn't have to
out.
wait. That's right, Jack. That's right, Jack.
Hey, I love you on the show, and I can't wait for the next season. And I'm so happy for you for having all of this success and time in your life. And to meet you in person is really amazing for me, too.
Yeah, Jack, it's really amazing for me, too. Yes, Jack. Yes, Jack. Thank you so much, Miss Kelly. Miss Kelly, thank you so much. This is the best day of my life. Yeah, you're the best, Miss Kelly. Thank you, Miss Kelly.
You are welcome, everybody.
Jack, you're the best.
Hey, you know what?
You're welcome, Jack.
You know what, Tanner?
Look at us both on our busy tours.
Yeah, look at us both on our busy
Finally
tours.
getting
That's right. We're busy guys, aren't we, Jack?
So Tanner,
Yes, ma'am.
you've got to see. Actually, he has a Minecraft movie out, and I saw it with my kid. You're gonna love it. It's so good.
It's
You're
gonna
gonna
be
love
good.
it. Yes.
I
It's in
can't wait
theaters.
for you to see it.
It's in theaters tomorrow, actually, Tanner. So hey, Tanner, we're giving you and your family tickets to experience it in IMAX together, so you get to go see the movie.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, well, a big thank you to IMAX. Also see Tanner in season 3 of Love on the Spectrum. All episodes are streaming now. We'll be right back.
See, wasn't that nice? Cheers you up sometimes, you know?
A homeless shelter? Can't let that beach truck get looted. They need those supplies. Oh my God! Spider-Man! You're gonna be okay.
Where are these guys? Oh, come here, big boy.
Careful! They called back up! I won't let you hurt him! No! Get off! Here comes! Spider-Man! Hurry! I'm coming! Think you're bulletproof!
Oh, shit.
Shoot it! Shoot already! We can still win this!
No, you can't, bro.
Feels like they come out of nowhere! You're a dead man!
Oh my God, there's a lot of them.
No way in hell!
Oh.
Gotta step clear! I can help with that! It's for real!
hurt!
What's up, Vladimir? Oh shit. That's right, I'm playing Spider-Man again. Although it is Miles Morales. But he's also Spider-Man. Is there a guy up here or something? I'm confused where that red dot is coming from.
We're clear. You can unlock the door.
Thank you. Now you get back to swinging around looking badass.
Hell yeah, brother.
Friends, small businesses are the backbone of America. And they have no greater champion than J. Jonah Jameson. But they have an enemy, too. Spider-Man. Apparently, he's been disrupting their supply chains in Harlem. Here to tell us about it is the proprietor of local restaurant Panavore. Bienvenidos, Camila.
Gracias, Senor Jameson, but there's been a misunderstanding. Spider-Man stopped the punks who were robbing us. I think your producer got confused. He kept wanting to talk to me in Spanish. Don't ask me why.
Jared's taking a course, which he's clearly gonna fail. But having a Spider-Man in your neighborhood, fighting criminals in the streets, that can't be good for business.
Actually, it's great. We got tourists coming in, hoping to see him. And when something gets damaged, my husband fixes.
What did I just do?
Underground's trying to get the press to notice them more. Maybe they should launch an app.
Maybe Spider-Man. This place is far.
Could you, like, do something?
What do you mean, can you, like, do something? What is that supposed to mean?
New suit? I'm digging it.
Oh, I got some skill points.
Sun is nice.
I haven't been focused on the side missions as much in this game. I was a big completionist in the original, but I don't know. I don't feel as... I kind of want to just beat this game for the story and then get to the next one where it's both of them, you know?
That was a hell of a way to tell me you're Spider-Man. What if I'd killed you?
You want me to feel bad because you almost killed me?
I want you to stop lying to me. I let you in the underground because I thought you understood.
I do understand. What Krieger did to Rick? Roxxon needs to pay. Not like this.
This is the only way I can beat him. I need you to look the other way. Please.
I can't. I made a promise.
So did I. Why'd you pick here?
Dad brought us to that concert. 7 choirs from 7 countries. Remember? Ghana was my favorite.
Ghana wasn't there. You're thinking of Guinea.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Ghana.
Guinea, Belize, Poland, Cuba.
South Korea, Thailand, Venezuela. You're right.
I usually am.
Usually.
Hello, Lickman loyalist. Shout out to you.
What?
What was your? Is that Philip H? Is Lickman loyalist? Is that formerly known as Philip H? Formerly Tauntaun the Fat Cat. Got it. This is not his sister. This is his best friend. New York versus Los Angeles. What about it? Which one do I like better, or like what are the differences generally speaking? What's better? Depends what you like. If you're more interested in the outdoors, warm weather, if you don't mind a driving culture, LA. I like LA better personally.
See, Miss Mason? Kind of knew she was going to be a handful.
But if you want like a real city where you can walk everywhere and people are out and about and there's good energy and you don't mind the cold, New York.
You're behind the curtain.
I like the warm weather, so that's why I like LA better.
This is our most secure facility. And here the sausage gets made.
You're a real prick, you know that?
You know, when her brother and I were developing Nuform,
All you did was put your name on the patent. He said the only thing you knew how to do was sell other people's ideas.
Yeah, well, at least I still got a pulse, babe.
Damn, that's messed up.
but let's not dwell, right? The first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna... Wow. That is awesome. Are those involuntary defenses? Oh man, that's hot.
Ew. Chill, bro.
I'm gonna get that mask off you. And then I'm gonna find out what makes you tick.
You're going where on the 30th of May? LA or New York?
Smell like next level bioengineering. And you know what that smells like to me, kid?
Oh, nice.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the gym. Leg day, can't skip it. Get her to tell us where my new form is.
Not wrong. Can't skip like that.
Really open applause without it. Oh, and use him.
Oh, you've never been to the U.S.? Wow.
No cameras now.
It'll be quite a culture shock. Especially LA. It's a lot different than from Norway, right? It's a lot different than Norway. Denmark. Yeah, it's a lot different than Denmark. A lot. LB plus. Yeah, that makes it exciting. It's definitely exciting.
Whoa.
LA is definitely exciting.
Are you okay? They were gonna kill you. Holy shit.
Tougher than I look, huh?
How long is the flight from Denmark to LA? It's gotta be a long flight, right? Is it straight?
way out of here.
Is it nonstop? Also, where are you staying in LA? That makes a big difference.
Roxxon kept Rhino instead of giving him to the
There are areas
police.
of LA that
It's
are
crazy.
pretty gritty, pretty grimy, pretty dirty.
Roxxon surprises
And there's some
me
areas that
anymore.
are beautiful.
I will be, once we're out.
So Paris
I'm
to
setting
LA.
off security cams. Can you check that computer?
You're coming all the way from Denmark for 4 days, and then you're going back, or you're going somewhere else?
What did you find?
There's the exit. Through this office. We have to lift the base lockdown first, from the control room.
Oh, it's a seminar you're
First,
attending.
we need to
Gotcha.
escape the security wing. I'll go down to the floor.
Is it downtown LA? Because downtown LA is not much like the LA you see on, in TV and movies. It's pretty gritty.
Door's locked.
Venom worked in the cell. Should work on the door. I can follow it. Hello.
It's unlocked. I'm headed to the floor.
Right above you.
Oh, the seminar's up in the Hollywood Hills? Now, the Hollywood Hills are nice.
That security door is our way out, but I'll have to hack a few terminals to disable the alarm.
I'll handle the security goons.
Security cameras are down in the south wing.
Rhino probably turned them off. Heard he wanted to question the prisoner.
Distractor defeat the enemies, blocking Finn's path. What's her path?
What's up with these
I'm
powers?
just gonna fight them.
There's 2 more ahead.
How'd we even find those two? Did Rhino track them? No, he's just a tool. Point machine. An outside agent here.
Guess we're going in loud.
Detain him! Got something for you! Get clear! We need a countermeasure for that thing! Neutralize the target!
Yes, I saw your Lichtman loyalist design, Vladimir. I will still let you know if we use your designs. We've got a bunch of ideas from the Google form we did.
This yours? We're on fire! Bring him down! I got a shot!
Yes, I'm from DC. The DC metro area, that is, to be more precise. I was born in DC, I grew up in Maryland, and then I've lived back and forth a few times.
Stay out of this, Spider-Man! Heads up! How's he beating?
God damn, you just lit me up. Is it a lot different culturally from DC to LA? Incredibly different, yes.
I need you to trigger the override back there.
On it. Looks like some kind of record archive. Wonder what's on these computers. Triggering the override.
Even just going from the DC area to LA, I had a little bit of culture shock, right? Like for the first couple of weeks I was there.
Special work release program. Tell the police Rhino the little community service.
Can't believe they got away with this.
Door's unlocked, but I need you to force it open.
Can do.
My stereotype is that New England is kind of like Europe, and then Los Angeles is like a novelty. Sort of. I mean, I wouldn't say New England is like Europe. Maybe it's the closest to Europe in the U.S. And LA is sort of like a mixture of like Mexico and the Wild West. You know what I mean? The American Wild West, that is.
I can't let them go until I have my new form.
You shouldn't even be here. Your muscle was only supposed to grab the girl.
Yeah, he didn't like that. Here's the deal, bud. Spider-Man's the best leverage I got against Miss Mason. I mean, you caught them together.
Uh-oh, Uncle Aaron turning on us.
Caught them, but it was thanks to your intel. So clearly there's something going on there.
You agreed to leave the kid alone.
Uncle Aaron?
Ah, the kid. I love how you say that. It's just so paternal.
Let Spider-Man go, and I'll get you new form. Feed you underground intel, whatever you want.
See? Leverage. Works.
Hello, Tim. What's up?
Miles, Spider-Man.
Here's leverage for you. I've seen things. New form making people sick. What you did to Rick Mason. If I went public...
Yeah, but you won't. Here's the deal. You're a wanted thief.
Have you heard people saying
Plus, all the jobs
cities
we've done together?
have like certain energies,
But
like
you
New
need to
Orleans
sell right
scoring
next
really
to
high in Las Vegas, a cold?
And
Yeah,
we
of
both
course.
know you're a little too
I would say
self-serving for that.
LA has a pretty, it's weird, it's hard to,
We're gonna
like,
head in and check on Miss
the LA
Mason's
energy is
Spider-Man,
very Cali, like
but
very chill, very laid back, but there's also a coldness too, because like, it's not your typical city, it's not like people, like one thing I forgot about when I came back to DC and was like hanging out downtown or like in DuPont, like in DC, especially when the weather's warm, like there's always people out and about and walking around and sitting outside and biking, and it's like, you just don't have that kind of energy in LA, so it feels a little bit colder because of that. But the weather makes it feel very
It's...
not cold. I don't know how to describe it
I
exactly.
know he worked with Roxxon, but I didn't think he'd sell me out.
I can't believe this. You led me into a trap.
Why do I keep listening to you?
Finn, no. There has to be an explanation. I didn't know this would happen.
Just save it. Let's keep moving. Can you get this open?
Yeah, sure.
How do I get it open? Yeah, there are very different vibes and energies between cities, in my opinion.
They initiated a lockdown. That's the control room we have to get into.
So we need past those security shutters.
Got a maintenance panel here, but it needs power.
Yeah, I'd like to check
Let me
out
see what I
Austin,
can do.
actually.
Hey there.
Gotta be attached to a generator.
The only issue about Austin that I've heard is that, you know, it's in the middle of Texas in the middle of summer. It's just like unbearably hot.
Wire the shutters, but I can move machinery, like that crane.
Maybe we can use that. I'll look around.
They build engines for their APCs in here. Hey, I can raise and lower that crane. Is that useful?
Move crane into position.
Hey, crane's over this engine thing now.
Engine thing. I've got an idea. Can you move the crane back to the assembly line?
Yeah, think I know where you're headed.
Okay, this laser should activate the engine. Oh, crap. Laser shorted out.
Think I can reroute power.
The laser shorted, but it still works. Needs a new power source.
Where is this supposed to go?
I could use those nodes and some webs. We route power to the laser. That glass is in the way. Nice. Webs are conducting electricity.
What city do I think has the best energy that I've been to? That's an interesting question. Wait, why is this glass in the way? It didn't work. What's up, Dennis?
There's a node on that crane.
City has the best energy. That's tough, man. In the US or internationally, or both?
I can move the crane so my webs reach the laser.
Oh, I see.
You're good. Use the laser.
Anywhere?
One laser coming up.
That's a tough question.
Perfect. If I overcharge the engine, it'll be explosive.
And explosive is just what we need to destroy those shutters.
Get down!
Let's go. Almost out. That's our way out. Give me a few minutes to get it open.
Looks like they guessed our plan.
Maybe London or
Not
Munich
hard.
has the best energy
There's
of
only one
places I've
exit.
been to. But I also went to
All
both
right.
in the summer, so
I'll
I
take
feel
care
like
of
it's
those
kind of
guards.
unfair because,
You get
again,
that
it's like
door
when you go to cities like that in the summer, you're always out and about, and it's awesome.
One thing. Did you ever think about calling me to tell me
Maybe
you were
Munich. I
Spider-Man?
remember Munich having really good energy.
You know, after my parents died, Rick basically had to become my dad. I thought I'd miss having a brother, but I had you.
Finn,
In the US, it's hard to
I won't
say.
hold forever.
Go! I'll be fine, just go!
I mean, New York definitely has the most energy of any US city, whether you like that or not. I like it for visiting, I don't like it for living, you know?
Those guys with the lights on their helmets can spot heat signatures. They'll see you if you try to go invisible.
I wonder how much of their R&D department is dedicated to fighting us.
Probably millions of dollars in untaxed money. You clear the floor, I'll work on overriding security so we can get out. I can still access machinery if you need me to move anything.
You good in there?
Yeah, those webs are holding the door. Whole base is on alert though, so be careful.
Gotta watch out for spiders, man.
What cities do you guys think has the best energy? Why did he do that?
I think Roxxon should have let Spider-Man and the Tinkerer fight it out. And have Rhino catch the survivor.
Dare you to tell Rhino that when he comes back.
Yeah,
Oslo?
I like my spine where it is.
Yeah, I've never been in Nordic countries. I gotta check it out.
My money's on the Tinkerer if I'm placing bets. New Spider-Man smart. She's got a plan.
Auckland? I went to Auckland, but not since I was very young. So I don't really remember. I heard all three cities, DC, New York, and LA, are expensive AF to live in. That is true. You are correct about that. Am I supposed to take these guys out quietly, or do I not have to?
You hear the Tinkerer took over Fisk Tower? Yeah, but the Prowlers said they abandoned it after Spider-Man attacked them. I would have loved to wait there. Maybe they'll try to go back. Like Spider-Man's after us.
Toronto. I like Toronto. Asking ChatGPT, they say DC feels very fake and bureaucratic. Is that true? Yeah, there's definitely a good amount of that. I mean, you have to understand that DC exists because of the bureaucracy. So, yeah, it's a little stuffy. People are very much concerned with, you know, career and status in said career. So, yes, I would say that's... I mean, you know, it's not the whole story, and there are lots of people who live here who are, you know, don't work for the government, aren't stuffy at all, you know. But I'd say it's a fairly accurate as in terms of stereotypes. But I also say DC is very clean. It has really good public transit to get around. It has a really good, it has pretty good nightlife, good bars, good restaurants. Like it feels very much alive, and it's green and it's clean and it's not as kind of concrete jungle-y as New York is.
Man down, we've got an intruder.
Listen, I know you don't trust me.
You're right, I don't.
What can I do to change that?
Stop going behind my back. And stop acting like I haven't thought this through. No one will get hurt when I take down the plaza. No one except Roxxon. You know they deserve it.
Just promise to talk it through with me, okay? I promise to listen. Really listen.
I've made up my mind, Miles. You need to start accepting that.
Then, I'm gonna have to stop you. You need to start accepting that.
Damn, Miles Teller. Whoa, what was that?
Secure this sector. Moving. Got a man down. Go alert.
Yeah, you're right, Trolls. I mean, stereotypes of these cities exist for a reason. They're not totally out of nowhere. It's not like stereotyping people where like every individual is different. It's like cities sort of conglomerate and become sort of stereotypes because they're such massive cultures, but also because they're such massive places with so many different people, you know, you can escape the stereotypes pretty easily. And they all have pros and cons, and it just depends on, you know, the things you like or dislike, or the life you want to live, or the career you want. You know, that's really what's most important, I feel like, in talking about these cities. Is like, how do they relate in terms of you?
Watch out for spiders, man.
Is there an argument going on between Miles and his best friend? Yes, there is. They're sort of on different sides of the different militant groups, I guess. She's in a militant group that he doesn't really like, I guess. That's everybody.
Your lucky day. Sorry.
Is that everybody or no?
Coming?
Looks like they locked the doors. I'll find another way. Ugh. What if we went public about Rick's death?
Do you have proof? Because I don't think the word of two vigilantes is gonna convince people.
There's gotta be a way.
That's probably a better way to describe it. They're both in different vigilante circles. Mickey Madison has great energy too, almost like a saint. Yeah, I love Mikey Madison, not Mickey. I always want to call her Mickey. I don't know why.
I think that's the exit. Hey. Lost and found.
Thanks. I know this place. This is Krieger's lab.
Krieger has a lab?
Mostly for show, but yeah. Rick showed me a photo once.
Krieger's lab. Wait. All the current New Firm project data's on here. Toxicity reports, failed safety reviews, and Krieger's name's on everything. This would destroy Roxxon.
You like my new color? Immune to your little zappy pops.
Zappy Pops? Come on, man.
Now, they finish this!
Oh, hell yeah. You know, I think a lot of cities is determined just like a lot of things outside of not human control, but out of day-to-day human control determine cities. Like, for example, DC is bureaucratic because this is where the government is. I mean, no one who lives here today had any say in that. LA is the way it is because that's where the entertainment industry is. And LA is more spread out, so it's more of a car culture, which New York isn't. So, like, a lot of these things are determined just by sort of the aspects that make the city itself, you know?
You handle Rhino, I'll take the guard.
Let's go for a ride. Gotta steer him toward those tanks.
Oh.
Hope it weakens his armor. Engaging We need to break his armor.
Maybe the average energy from the individual can be felt in the air, trauma, energy, happiness. Maybe.
Version of a compliment. We're gonna damage his armor. You keep getting up. I'll keep knocking you down.
But I only need to knock you down once.
Keep him down!
I'm trying to keep him down.
Oh my god, he's throwing a tank!
Jeez Louise.
Maybe if I charge the engine. Here! Yes! Guess Roxxon didn't plan for exploding engine blocks when they designed your new armor.
Did it time travel to a city? What would it be in what year? That's an interesting question. Like, LA is a place where people go to make dreams come true, and the flip side is there is also a lot of broken dreams. Absolutely. Yes, that's a good way to put it. That's pretty accurate for a man who's never been there before. What city and what year? That's interesting. Berkeley in the San Francisco, California in like the 60s and 70s. I feel like that was a pretty interesting time. Oh god.
Did you think you could escape us that easily?
God damn. Shout out to Trolls for making his dreams come true. I mean, it's interesting. People say that people in LA are fake. I don't even think they're necessarily fake. I think and you're talking about vibes and energy, there's just like this air because of that whole idea of like dreams and broken dreams and something. Like there's this air of and people trying to achieve their dreams. Like, there's almost this air of not fakeness, but almost sort of like desperation in LA. Like maybe it's just the people I ran with, not the people I like or hung out with, or like the people that I saw there, but like there's just this air of like I have to make it at all costs, you know, and it's like it feels a little bit not even fake but desperate. Like these people are a lot of these people are just normal good people. They're not like fake, but they're so desperate to make it, it sort of starts altering their personality a little bit.
Roxxon armor's disabled. You're up. On it.
Like for example, I was at this party, right? And like it felt like it was at a party of a friend of mine who I really enjoyed hanging out with, everything, but so it has nothing to do with him. But there were a few people at that party who were like I introed myself to like 3 or 4 people at the party, and they instantly they were like super nice, but they were instantly like, hey yo, let's exchange Instagrams, and here's the Instagram for my new film. And like I was like, I don't even know your name yet, and you're like asking me to follow your short film's Instagram page. You know what I mean? It just felt like too much. Like I wanted to be just like, yo dude,
the right way.
Chill. You know what I mean? Like there's another guy who was like, I got invited to this comedy festival from this number that I didn't know, and I was like, I don't even know who this is. And it was some person I met at this party who like instantly got my number and was like, I'm a comedian. And it's like, cool, but like what's your name? You know?
It was your fault.
It's a similar thing in DC, but it's just a little bit more boring and bureaucratic. You know, people want to know where you work and who you work for and stuff like that. And they often lead with that in conversation. Trill says, yeah, it's a bit much on the plate. Yeah, it's like, I would like to know who you are as a human before, like, you know, you start like promoting your short film to me or like inviting me to comedy festivals. It's just like, I don't know. It's a little much. Doesn't feel very human.
No. Go to hell.
And these people weren't fake. Like they were generally, I interacted with them, like they were generally nice people, and I wasn't getting this vibe of like, oh, they're just being nice to me because they want to just invite me to their comedy show, you know? But I did feel like, yo, let's just talk as humans for a little bit before we start talking about like, oh. Why is she beating me up? I missed it.
Finn, the reactor. Come near me again, I'll kill you.
Dang. For real?
But
I thought we were besties.
Family.
See?
My family's dead.
Dang.
Can't keep. I need help.
RG says, Sammy, I think you are spot on with your LA analysis. Everyone on the make. Tim says, you guys hear about Trump's plan to kill international filmmaking? Yeah. He wants to put 100% tariff on
I'm gonna go grab a washcloth. Some antibiotics.
any film that has anything to do with anything outside the US, I guess.
Miles? Where have you... ¿Pero qué pasó? What are you wearing?
I have to tell you something.
Uh-oh, is he gonna tell her he's Spider-Man?
Finn's attacking the plaza.
Yeah.
So that was you chasing her through the city. As Spider-Man. You could have died. No lo puedo creer.
Yeah, Trills, a lot of people, hustle for a long time. Even really talented, really beautiful people hustle for a long time before they even have a chance at making it.
But this...
Hollywood is already mostly out of good ideas. This won't help.
I didn't want you to worry.
It's not necessarily they're out of good ideas. They don't foster good ideas. They just foster sequels and existing IP and superhero shit. There are plenty of good filmmakers with good ideas out there.
There's
Hollywood just
nothing
isn't
you could
fostering them
do
correctly.
Or ever be that would make me stop loving you. Nada. You give me strength, Miles. That's all a hero really is. Someone who's brave for the people they love.
Just a guy who doesn't give up.
Gloria's handling Feast, and Teo's gonna help us go door to door.
Perfect. Let's get this evacuation started. I'll meet you outside.
You remind me more of your father every day. You stay safe.
I will.
The dark side is a pathway to many abilities. What do you mean by that?
Hey, I'm telling people in Harlem they need to evacuate before me and your mom go door to door.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna do a quick donation goal, guys. If you feel like donating, I'd much appreciate it. If you don't, that's cool too. No, I'm not tapping into any dark side. I don't care. Troll says, I think achieving success does require some level of craziness. Maybe so.
I wanted to say, thanks for always having my back, man. Hey,
But I don't
use your
know.
help before you go.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I think it's maybe true, but not necessarily true.
You got it.
I want to
that make
cross-reference
sense?
underground activity with buildings that could store Nuform. Maybe you could hack Oscorp surveillance towers, or...
I don't want to
mean,
receive unlimited
It'll
power.
take a while to narrow down.
That's all right. Thanks, man.
Vladimir says, I heard a lot
Gonna stretch my
about
legs a
how
little,
Hollywood's
then head out.
ideologies are standing in its own way of success, like being too politically polarizing. I don't know about that. I think what's standing in the way of their success is just change and big, rich corporations, which include media companies, unless they're new age tech companies, are usually afraid of change and resist change. I'm playing Spider-Man Miles Morales. I guess it's Spider-Man 2.
Got some time while Genki tracks down Finn. I should check the app. See if people need help. Turns out cranes and ice don't mix. Who knew?
I told. Hey! Leave him alone! Crap! It's Spider-Man! Taking you down!
No, you ain't. Ow. Oh. Today's Revenge of the Fifth. I'm not a big Star Wars guy, to be honest.
You're dead, bug! You're in for some pain! He can't take all of us! Dodge this! We got this asshole!
Because I like the first original ones. Yeah, the first original ones are fun, no doubt. Are they good enough to deserve the, 40 years of spin-offs and sequels? No, not even close, in my opinion. They're like, but I guess then again, like, they are kind of the perfect formula for movies that get spin-offs and all that stuff. Like, they're like C movies, you know what I mean? Like, part of me is like, they're not good enough to deserve this fanfare and this, 40 years of continued content. But then again, it's like, they're kind of perfectly designed for that. You're not going to have some great cerebral movie that's going to get, 40 years of fanfare, so.
Thank God you got here, Spider-Man. You should go to a doctor. Get that checked out.
But there are a lot of franchise-type movies that I like better than Star Wars.
Hey, I found Finn's setup, the Oscorp Science Center. It's closed for renovations.
Oh my... Our energy converter that won the middle school science fair. That's how she's gonna finish making the new form unstable enough to blow up Roxxon Plaza.
Whoa. It's like she picked it to get back at you.
Maybe she did. Thanks, Genki.
It's my job. Speaking of,
Michael Knight was a Star Wars movie favorite series ever. I get that. Again, it's sort of made to be your, it's sort of like perfectly made to be people's favorite series ever.
And if she won't listen, I'll take the new form.
I prefer Harry Potter too. I prefer Lord of the Rings. I prefer Harry Potter. I prefer Indiana Jones, honestly. I don't know. It depends. There's some dog shit Indiana Jones is. There's some dog shit Star Wars too. Like, what would I take? Like Raiders of the Lost Ark or the OG Star Wars? Probably the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I probably like that movie better. Like the original Star Wars, like Mark Hamill's acting is like so bad. The writing is pretty cringy. Princess Leia and Carrie Fisher and why am I blanking on his name? Harrison Ford are pretty dope in the original movie though. And what's his name? The guy who plays Darth Vader is pretty dope too. But like overall, it's just like, even if you compare it to other series, like the writing is not that good. The acting isn't great.
Corporate kidnapping squad down.
James Earl Jones, yeah, that's who I meant. James Earl Jones, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford are pretty fucking cool in that movie. But nobody else is, really.
Wow, that is a lot of ice. Let's see what that construction worker says.
Batten down the hatches, folks. The long presaged storm of the century. One heck of a blizzard is blowing in.
Your crane looks very drowsy. How can I help?
Yeah, drowsy. The motor burned out and all the ice buildups thrown it off balance.
Yep, that's bad, all right.
I cleared the area under the crane, but it can still fall on.
Let me see. He was kind of goofy. The original Darth Vader. I don't know if I agree with that. Oh, and like C-3PO and R2-D2 were fun in the original too. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh on it. I felt like the writing and Mark Hamill's acting were dog shit overall. Okay. Lord of the Rings, I definitely like more than Star Wars. I've never really watched Mission Impossible. X-Men, no. I would say like Indiana Jones and Star Wars are kind of equal. Avengers, no. I don't really like Avengers. Jurassic Park. James Bond. Definitely like James Bond more than Star Wars. Pirates of the Caribbean, meh. I mean, the original one is great. The ones after that are meh. Dark Knight series is obviously better, but it's not, again, it doesn't have that sort of like, I don't know, longevity. Honestly, Planet of the Apes is pretty good. I like Hunger Games too. Harry Potter definitely like more. Fast and Furious I've never really watched. Yeah, I feel like I'm sort of realizing that like Could you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Wait, I'm confused. Here I am. What I'm sort of realizing about not Harry Potter, Star Wars is like what makes it bad also kind of what makes it sort of like so commercially successful, you know? Harry Potter and James Bond definitely prefer over Star Wars, for sure. I don't know if I've watched, I mean, the original Jurassic Park is definitely better than the original Star Wars, in my opinion. But I haven't really watched the series, the franchise much. John Wick, no. Does Rocky count? I'm not a big fan of a Terminator. Never watched Die Hard. Never watched Star Trek. Never watched Jason Bourne. Never watched that. Honestly, I feel like Planet of the Apes is better than Star Wars. I'm not a Dune guy. I haven't watched the second one, but I found the first one incredibly boring. Like mind-numbingly boring. I don't really watch much of these. I mean, Mad Max is definitely better than Star Wars, but it's too gritty to have that sort of big, long-lasting commercial appeal. Honestly, Pirates of the Caribbean, I feel like it's sort of... I like the first Pirates movie better than the first Star Wars movie. That's for sure. Same with Jurassic Park. The first Jurassic Park and the first Pirates is better than the first Star Wars. I don't give a about Marvel. I mean, Toy Story's goated. Alien is definitely better than... Alien and Aliens are both really good movies. I haven't seen Alien Romulus yet. I haven't seen any Alien 3 or Prometheus, but Alien and Aliens are really good. Don't watch Mission Impossible. I don't really watch Godzilla. To me, Indiana Jones is comparable to Star Wars. And I like it a little bit more because it deals more with history and archaeology and culture and stuff like that. So that's why I like it. But I can see why it's in the vast majority of people's minds, it's kind of the same. RG says Planet of the Apes was excellent. I feel like no one talks about Planet of the Apes. It was actually my last roommate who was like, bro, you have to watch Planet of the Apes. And I was kind of like, I don't really want to. He's like, no. You're going to be surprised at how good it is. And I was like, you know what? I started watching them. I was like, I am surprised how good these are. Harry Potter's goated for me. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings are goated for me. Yeah, there we go. These are my top two. Potter and Lord of the Rings. Those are my top two. They got Star Wars at 3. What do they got at 2 and 1? Universal Class. Does that count? Universal Classic Monsters. James Bond. Yeah, that's ahead for Star Wars for sure. What sports did I play back in the day? I mean, back in the day, I used to play everything, but I mostly focused on football when I got older. But yeah, I play a little bit of everything. I still play a little bit of everything. The Godfather counts as franchise movies. No, go away. Does The Matrix? I'm not a big fan of The Matrix. I do like Iron Man. Would you count Jaws as? I mean, the OG Jaws is way better than the OG Star Wars for sure. I don't know if I'm taking animated movies into account with this. Michael says, I'm a fan of the Matrix trilogy. Have to be in the mood for it, though. Yeah, it just never really got me going. These are the biggest franchises in terms of money. Money. Damn, Spider-Man is that high? That's pretty crazy. And these are the Sony Spider-Mans, right? That's what they're considering. And what's the difference between Batman and DC Extended Universe? Just everything that's not Batman. And what's the difference between Avengers and Marvel? I'm a little confused by this list. The original Black Panther was good. The second one was not, if I remember correctly. I like Guardians of the Galaxy, actually. I do like Guardians of the Galaxy a lot. Top Gun stinks. Ooh, I like Jumanji. Although, does that count? I mean, I like the OG Jumanji. I don't understand. They've got The Hobbit, then they've got Lord of the Rings, and then they've got Middle Earth. I thought I saw something that said Middle Earth. Yeah. What's the difference between Middle Earth and the Lord of the Rings? They both have the same top performing movie. Where is it? What do I keep missing? Oh, Middle Earth. Return of the King. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. There's some overlap on this list for sure. I did like the OG Mummy. And I did like the OG Night at the Museum. I did like the new It. Honestly, I kind of like Wonder Woman. Not gonna lie to you. Oh, really, Keeks? Wanna go out there? All right, folks. Actually, I'm gonna sign off. I gotta get going. But I appreciate everything. I'm just still scrolling through this list. You know, some of these, like, do you consider Gladiator on this? It's got 2 films. You know, it seems like they got a lot that have 2 films. Is that a franchise? To me, it's like, to hit a franchise, you got to have at least 3. Damn, there's 35 films in the J.K. Rowling Wizarding world? Is that true? How? 35? See, to me, you end the list at these 3. Like Sicario, that's not I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the definition of a franchise is. Maybe it is just you need 2 and then you're automatically a franchise. I don't know. Come on, Tomb Raider has 1 film. That doesn't count. Batman has 25 films. As much as Star Wars? That's kind of crazy. Ghostbusters has 12 films. Jurassic Park has 11. Crazy. All right, folks. I appreciate every single one of you, and that's a fact. Good night.